Hello, Unity developers! Welcome to Part 7 on creating a multiplayer 2D platform game in Unity using the SocketWeaver SDK. And we're going to add a boss to the game and wrap up this series. We have a lot to cover today, so let's jump into it. I have already prepared the boss prefab and I'm going to hit play to show you the boss of our game. It's quite powerful. So as you can see, I have moved the portal that we implemented in the last video to the end of the level. And the portal will teleport the players to the boss room. I'm going to control the player to enter the portal now. So this is the boss room. I'm going to move closer to the boss to start the encounter. Now the boss is activated. It is levitating and doing AoE damage. Let's try to dodge the bullets. In a few seconds, the boss will come down and enter the resting mode. This is our chance to deal damage. As you can see, the boss has levitated again. We will wait for the next resting window to kill it. When the boss lost all its health, it's going to explode. I'm going to stop playing and make the boss a networked game object. First of all, I'm going to add a real-time agent to synchronize the position of the boss. I will only enable Y for the position updates as the boss only moves in the Y direction, and I will configure the minimum and maximum values to optimize the bandwidth usage. The boss is moved by updating its rigid body 2D component, so we need to change the read function to fixed update. For the networked ID component, I'm going to set its type to non-player and disable dynamically spawned, just like what we did for the enemies. Next, we need to synchronize the health bar and the shooting action of the boss. I'm just going to copy the sync property agent and the remote event agent of the player prefab to the boss game object, because we have implemented that for the player prefab before. Now let's edit the boss script. We should have abstracted the health bar and the shooting logic because it is common and shared in the player script and the boss script. But for this tutorial, I'm going to skip that and copy the code from the player script. Okay, I have copied the code. Let's review the boss script together. In the fixed update method, I only want to simulate the boss AI in the host player's game, because the boss copy in other players' game will just read the position updates to move. For the fire method, we need to invoke the fire remote event. I'm going to use a SW network message to send the random shooting angle along with the event. In the doFire method, I'm going to pop the random shooting angle from the SW network message and use it to create the bullet. By doing this, we make sure the direction of the bullets is synchronized. And in the take damage method, I will register the damage in the host player's game and I'm going to modify the health sync property so that other players receive health changes so they can update the health bar. In the die method, I'm going to call the destroy method of the network ID component in the host player's game, and that will destroy the boss game object in all players' game. And that's it for the boss script. We can go back to the Unity editor and hook up the event handlers. Again, it is similar to what we did for the player prefab. I think that's all we need to do. Let's quickly run that and see what we have. I'm going to teleport the players to the boss room. Cool! You can see here the player position is synchronized and is shooting in the same direction. I'm going to kill the boss to check if the death explosion is played at the same time. That's pretty good! And check out that explosion particle effect. And that concludes the series. I hope you find it useful. I would also like to thank the contributors and the supporters in our Discord server. Starting from next week, we will begin a new series on making a multiplayer turn-based car game using our SDK. See you all in the next video.